National League for us as a club has been the ultimate league. It's the single most important thing that we have within our program. And so it opens your eyes in terms of what's out there, not just within your region, but outside of that. And it's through competition. And there's nothing given here in terms of, oh, you're wonderful, you're great, and you've done great in the past. Here, come on in and play National League. No, every single year they understand that, like most things in life that are worthwhile, you have to earn them. And I think there's something really meaningful when you have to step on the field and know that you got there not because you were given something, but you earned that thing with everything that you had, and that's what makes it super special.
I first fell in love with the game of soccer at a really young age, probably my second year playing. I had a rough start. My first year, I never touched the ball once. I played 11v11 co-ed, and I sort of just picked daisies and smiled at the camera for my mom and did cartwheels. But then my second year, my mom had asked after the season, do you want to continue playing? Do you want to try other sports? Like, you could do gymnastics. And I was like, well, maybe we should try something else. My mom's like, okay, well, just one more year and see how you like it. And then if not, we'll go to do something else. And the second year, my mom said that, like, off the kickoff, I just took the ball, dribbled it straight to the goal, and shot it in. And ever since then, I've been in love with scoring goals, and it's been, gosh, 2 years later, something like that. My parents have been hugely influential in my career. Neither of them played soccer themselves, but as soon as my sisters and I took to it, they were our coaches, our managers, our cheerleaders, our biggest critics. I remember growing up, my parents would tell me, you can go out with your friends as long as you can juggle 100 times first, or, talent is a gift and, it's a sin to waste it. Go outside and practice and make yourself great. My mom shagged balls. She drove me an hour and a half to practice even after I got my license in high school so I could do my homework in the car. And, they've traveled around the world now watching me play and getting to enjoy it on the back end. I remember everything about my youth club career. I think that there's nothing like being a young girl playing soccer. I get to play now in front of huge crowds and with all this spotlight and attention, and I don't think I'll ever have that feeling that I did going through my U14 national championship. I remember winning state cup. I can tell you how I scored, what the score was. I remember going to Hawaii. That was our regionals, Region 4, and I remember that national championship. And I think that it stays with me so much because it was about camaraderie. It was about growing and learning who you were and, making these lifelong bonds. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I was just talking about this. I can tell you whose dad that is, whose dad that is. I both stay in touch with both of them. I actually don't know who's carrying me though. Oh, I look really young for an 18-year-old, just throw that out there. But yeah, I think that this kind of embodies exactly what I said. Just the camaraderie of our parents in the background supporting us, following us all the way, celebrating with your teammates. In terms of advice for young players, I always say it's a little difficult to keep perspective at that age, and it feels like at times your whole life is riding on winning and losing games. But I think that what I remember now isn't the wins, and it wasn't the success or the accolades. It was the feeling. It was how much fun I had with my friends and how much fun I had working towards my goals and learning those important lessons. So I think for young players, just keep that in mind, that when you're happy, you're at your best. You're playing at your best. So stress and pressure, let it fall away and let yourself be who you are, and that's the best you can do for yourself and for your team.
USU Soccer is the largest youth sports organization in the country and provides playing opportunities for first-time players as well as future superstars. Everybody starts somewhere, and for the over 3 million players every year, USU Soccer is the place to grow and to develop.
Well, it's a lot of fun to watch them play. It's a lot of fun to watch them build their confidence up and to learn the technical piece of the game, but also a lot about teamwork and what it takes to be a good teammate.
The only thing that I can do for them is really have them understand that through discipline, hard work, framed as soccer, but more importantly applied in school, is the vehicle ultimately for the success of themselves and their families.
I like playing competitive soccer because it gives me something to be really proud of, and that I know that I'm putting my effort into something and that I'm really getting results out of it. I love my team and I love playing, so you know, the whole thing, it can be hard, but it's 100% worth it, and it just gives you something, a purpose in life that you can really put your heart and soul into.
I first fell in love with the game of soccer when I was about 6 years old. My parents signed me up for a youth league, and I love running around and scoring goals and doing all the fun things, sliding and kicking the ball. So that was the beginning of it, and I try and cast my mind back to those days when things get tough.
I've got quite a few memorable youth soccer moments. It was a learning experience. You know, I was one of the better players on my club team, but then, you know, being selected for the New Jersey ODP, I suddenly found myself kind of at the bottom. And, you know, when I made the regional team, suddenly found myself at the bottom again. So I think it was definitely a learning experience, and I had to work hard, and you know, it didn't come naturally for me. I had to kind of work at it. But I would say, you know, playing with my club team, the Medford Strikers in New Jersey, winning 2 state championships with that team, they were like my family, and I still keep in touch with some of those girls, and those were some of my most memorable moments, kind of being with that group for 4 or 5 years.
You can't ever have success without remembering how you got there. I believe that it's the only right thing to do, to always go back to where you started. Always go back to the people who helped you, thank them, and then go back to where you started in the same environment and try to help other people achieve the level of success that you have. 1, 2, 3, Coyotes!
I love soccer because it kind of just embraced who I was. I was competitive, I was aggressive, I just wanted to run for days, and it was fun. I loved being a part of a team and fell in love with it pretty quickly. I chose soccer as my single sport I wanted to do pretty early. My parents were huge, I think, in my career, especially when I was younger. My dad coached me a few years, playing in my first couple years. And then when I kind of went in to go play in club, they were my cheerleaders. They were the ones that would go out with me when I wanted to train on my own a little bit, and driving me to and from practice, wherever it was, and tournaments they came with as well. So we were a big soccer family, that was for sure. Our state cup was fun. My team was very competitive. I mean, we had a lot of competition as well, but I can't remember how many we won. Maybe 9, I think, is what we counted with our team, which made it so much fun. That was always like the big goal at the end is win state cup, go to regionals, and go to nationals. And we always fell short going to nationals, which still hurts today to even talk about. But I had so much fun in those tournaments, and my team made it even 10 times better to be a part of. Looking back on it, playing in state regionals and the big tournaments for us back then made me a better player. It inspired me to want to go further and take it to the next level, wherever that was. And for me, it was to go to college. It was to be a part of the youth national teams. The competition made just brought that want and the will to work harder to try and be a better player. And kind of being a part of those bigger games, those bigger tournaments at a younger age, kind of just planted a seed to want to continue and go as far as I could, and was able to go with the opportunities that I had.
Serving it, it's headed home. The U.S. has scored, and they'll take the lead.
Wide open is Julie Johnson.
As I've learned with my journey is to enjoy the journey. That it is hard, but it's definitely possible. So dream big and dream as big as you possibly can, and you definitely can be a part of this team. It just takes a lot of hard work, and if you're willing to do that, then you'll be here. If you're willing to
From
understand
Mohawk
that it's
Fields
take a lot,
in Tulsa,
it's
welcome
so worth
in to
it,
the
and if you
U.S.
love it,
Youth
go
Soccer
for it.
President's Cup U16 National Championship game, pitting FC Force Premier out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, versus Boilers FC Gold of Lafayette, Indiana.
I've talked to a lot of college
You'll
coaches
find
who
that FC Force
feel that
is in the
National
white
League
today with
is
the blue
best
numbers,
recruiting
and the
tool
Boilers
for them,
FC Gold
because they know that
in the
everybody
black
has earned
unis
their right to be
with
here, and that
the
every
white
game is
sides to the
going to
jersey
exhibit a lot of quality
and
players.
the gold numbers
You know,
trimmed
you see
in
all the
white
college
on
coaches
the
out
back.
here for the National League,
These two
and
teams
it's a great
played through a
environment
scoreless
for
draw
us to see
in
players
group
at that
play.
next
That
level
was
to see
on
if they
Friday,
fit into our
a 10
programs.
a.m. start.
But the
They played
competition
to a
is very
scoreless
good,
draw
and
that
it's
day.
refreshing to watch some
And
really good
neither
games.
team has given up a goal during group play this year, or during group play during this tournament, I should say. And so it's all going to come down to who can strike early, perhaps, and maybe take control of this game early. An early attack for FC Force goes wide.
It's been a while since I've been around, youth soccer, and
they will set up
this
for a
is
corner.
an excellent
FC
tournament.
Force
It's run really
going
well.
after the goal.
Every team I
Off
see
to the
tries
left,
to play, has a
and
good
Boilers
mentality
FC
with
Gold
good
will be
coaching.
moving to the right.
I've been very, very impressed, and
A corner
it looks
kick
to me like
coming
U.S.
to the
soccer
top
and
of the
certainly U.S.
18,
youth soccer
and
is
it's
heading in
cleared
the right
away.
direction. So I'm quite pleased and
Up the far
happy to be a
side,
part of it.
FC Gold trying to keep it in. And it will go to Force Premier, who will throw in from the far side. Neither team scoring much over this three-day group play into the fourth day here. Long throw right to the top of the box, and it's cleared away by FC Gold to try to start a counterattack. Eventually goes over to the far side, and a good crowd has assembled here in Tulsa. A small bit of grandstands, but mostly in the movable chairs today. Up the far sideline, nice run by Mo Ayed. Ayed turns it back to the middle, and it's on goal, but scooped up by Thomas Rogers, the keeper for FC Force Premier. And again, neither one of these teams were able to do anything against the other to put a goal in on Friday. But it is going to take a goal to determine the winner today. If we don't have any kind of scoring over the first two halves of this contest, we will go to an overtime, 2 10-minute overtime periods. Still no scoring or still tied, and at that point we will go to penalties. At midfield, it's played middle for Tyler Hinton, the center mid for FC Force. He brings it left side out to Nigel Collins-Jackson coming up from the back end. Now Declan Cutter trying to cut in down the left side. He'll turn it back. Well-played defense by Boilers FC, keeping FC Force from really attacking here. Collins-Jackson again down the near side. He plays it for Max Richter. Richter with 2 goals in this tournament. Plays it across the mouth of the goal, and it's chased all the way out to the right corner. And it's kept in there by Caleb Cross. But now it's taken right back by Boilers FC Gold up the far side. FC Gold across the midline, and it's stolen away, but tackled right back. A little bit of an attack here by Boilers FC Gold as a foul is called. Stopping directly in his tracks, Kubi Hall, and Hall was laid upon. Free kick from Hammer Madrid. Nice kick into the box, a header, and it goes high. Nice job by Thomas Rogers to get the right mitt on that and send it away. Kind of a bad angle here, so I was not able to immediately find the flag and see if that play was onside or not. But it appears that it was. And an excellent chance here early on a header for FC Gold. Their first legitimate scoring chance as the ball went back and over the fence thanks to Thomas Rogers' nice stop. So it will be a corner here for Boilers FC Gold. And if there is any weakness for Boilers FC, led by LCC, he says set plays might be a weakness. This one's played to the near post and sent out. And it will go back over to FC Force Premier. Led by John Callahan, 20 years as a coach. Spent 8 years as a high school coach. Regular season record for FC Force Premier this year was 7-4-4, but they are undefeated in President's Cup games this offseason, or this postseason, I should say. Trying to make an attack, FC Gold, but it's sent behind Jason Miller. Miller can't recover, and here is an attack the other way for FC Force. It's turned away for a moment at least. Gold with control, and the Boilers send it up. Ball scooped away, and back to the left by the Force. An opportunity down the right side for FC Force, but it's sent off to the far side, and that attack is thwarted. So for FC Force Premier, 9-0-2, they were the Region 3 champs. They went all the way to College Station, Texas. They're based out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, but all the way out to College Station, Texas to get their regional win to advance here to Tulsa. So they've been all over the place. Not quite as far for the Boilers FC Gold for their regional. They stayed within the state of Indiana to win their region, Region 2. There's a nice strike, but it's over the top of the goal. Nice right-footed strike that came from outside the box from about 25. But it's played up and over the goal. Good shot attempt, but does not play its way into goal. Really no advantage for either team so far. FC Force now bringing it back in. Left side pass goes to Declan Cutter. Cutter in the corner, pressured. Feeds it back up the side. Nigel Collins Jackson has it deflected into the air. And the ball is forced back out toward midfield. But FC Force in their white jerseys still on the possession here. A stoppage, and it will go over to Boilers FC Gold. So FC Force Premier was able to defeat Corning NCU Manchester United out of California 3-0 in the first game in group play. Followed that up with the tie with Boilers FC Gold, the 0-0 tie on Friday. And then yesterday was able to take down Alliance Soccer Club Galaxy by a 1-0 margin. Meanwhile, for Boilers FC Gold, their road through this tournament, it seems eerily similar. These two teams are obviously very closely related. One less goal scored. Boilers FC Gold beat Alliance Soccer on Thursday 2-0, but then, of course, the draw with Premier and ended up beating Corning NCU Manchester United by a 1-0 score. An opportunity inside the opponent's third here for Boilers FC Gold as the ball goes to touch. Throw in from the near side, coming from Vladimir Madden, 5'6", 160-pound center back. That is flicked into the box. Over to the left side, and goal! What a play by Mo Ayed, and a beautiful back-footed assist right off the heel, coming from the right side of the box, and Ayed scores. to put Boilers FC Gold up 1-0. It is the first goal that FC Force has surrendered during this tournament. And a 1-0 advantage. Undaunted, FC Force will try to counter after Ayed's goal. But FC Force gives it away. It's pounded up the far side by Boilers FC. 1-0 advantage for Boilers FC Gold. Beautiful goal by Mo Ayed and a great play. Madron with the throw-in. Was not able to see who got that tap back. But here in the 8th minute of play, Boilers FC Gold picking up the goal. An early advantage in this national championship affair. And early on, it seemed like FC Force might have the advantage here, but it's turned into a couple nice attacks for FC Gold and then a goal. And here's maybe another chance, but it is turned away. Nice play on the back by Kobe Dorsey to advance it up the left side. Dorsey still attacking. Dorsey still on the run. The defender down near the goal line. Now turns it back with the right foot, has it poked away, and FC Gold will counter with the defender trapped. Odd man rush here for Boilers FC Gold up the far side. Ball played out in front. It's attacked back to the middle. Maybe another opportunity for Gold. Fed back for Madron. He gives it to a cutting player, and a right-footed kick is right on goal. Looked like that was Zane Albers, the 5'9", 140-pound midfielder, coming in for the right-footed attempt, but it's gobbled up by Thomas Rogers, who has 2 saves in the match so far. 1-0 advantage for Boilers FC Gold over FC Force Premier here in the National President's Cup Under-16 final. An early start here in Tulsa, and these boys, I guarantee you, are just fine with having the early start. Temperatures will soar into the upper 90s as we go on throughout the afternoon. Now FC Force trying to counter up the right side, but the ball is out. It's off of the Boilers, so a throw in from the far side for FC Force. Moving right to left here in the first half. Ball goes through to the middle, but then it's volleyed back out. Nice left-footed kick by Mo Ayed to clear it back to midfield. Ayed has the lone goal in this game. Ball finally finds the hands of Calvin Waters for the first time. A tall keeper, and he punts it away all the way down into the attacking third for the Boilers. Nice kick. Seems to have a little wind behind him as the Boilers move left to right here in the first half. Boilers are moving south to north, and there is a little bit of a south breeze. Possible chance here for FC Force as it's moved into the front, but again, turned away. Boilers FC Gold with the advantage early, 1-0 over FC Force Premier. And substitutions are ready for FC Gold here. It looks like a 3-for-3 opportunity whenever they get the chance to make the sub. Now we will have substitutions for Boilers FC Gold. Coming in, Austin Rao, along with Drew Lane, and also Mason Nolan for the first time. So Rao, Nolan, and Drew Lane all come in to the affair here, with Boilers FC Gold leading 1-0 here in the first half. A scheduled 40-minute first half, 40 minutes of the second half. If we're tied, go to possible 2 overtimes. Boilers continue to play really nice D. And that one is forced back into the other end by Boilers FC. Little stoppage here. Coming over to the sideline, Nigel Collins-Jackson. He is checking with the press box, so to speak. Collins-Jackson coming back into the game, but he stopped for a moment to confer on something. Don't know if he just needed a moment of shade and refreshment or what. Nice two-handed pass into the front. First touch is good by FC Force Premier. But they're not able to attack into the zone, kind of stymied. It's popped back out near midfield. Another opportunity. This is Rene Altamirano. But he is turned away once more as well. Good play by the back four of Boilers FC Gold. Both teams employing a 4-3-3. Ball fed over to the far side, where Caleb Cross is trying to make a play. And that ball goes across the goal line, and we will have another corner kick. Second corner kick opportunity for FC Force. Each team has had one corner kick to this point. Neither one has been successful. And again will be Rene Altamirano taking it. The lefty out of the right corner plays it right to the middle. A header goes wide off to the left side. Good opportunity for Max Richter. Richter, who goes at 6 feet tall. Got a pretty good piece of that, but sent it wide. 1-0 advantage for Boilers FC, and they turn away another chance, but it was a good chance for Max Richter and FC Force. Championship game of the under-16 division. This 4-day tournament here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This field, Mohawk Field, just to the north of downtown Tulsa by about 6 miles or so. Hop on 75 like you're going toward Bartlesville. Head towards Kansas, and you meet Mohawk Field. A foul from behind by Boilers FC. A little bit aggressive there with the ball loose by Kubi Hall, who was going after that one for Boilers FC. Ran right over the top of Eddie Dickerson, the right back for FC Force, to try to go after that ball. So each team 2-0-1. Their lone non-victory coming against one another during group play. And of course, over the season, both teams having major success during their regular season schedule. Then in the President's Cup slate, neither team has lost as of yet. If you take the entire schedule for FC Force in the President's Cup, state all the way up to this level, the national championship level, their record stands at 11-0-3. Very similar record for Boilers FC Gold. A foul and a quick restart for FC Force. It's topped back to the left side for Marcos Jimenez. Ball rolls out, and it will go right back to FC Force. A throw-in coming from Nigel Collins-Jackson. From just to the right of the bench of Boilers FC. Throwing it into the wind, and it's just over the top of the head of Max Richter, who missed a header a moment ago. Richter goes back and forth with Boilers FC Gold defender Drew Lane, and Lane, 16 years old on the dot, knocks it out. Most of the kids on these teams, 16 years old. In fact, all of the FC Force kids are 16. Just 2 of the kids for Boilers FC are playing up and 15 years old. In the box, it's knocked away. Not much of a chance there off the throw-in. And it's cleared to the other side. So a 1-0 lead for Boilers FC Gold if you're joining us late. In the 7th minute, Mo Ayad with a left-footed strike from the left side of the box that went off of Thomas Rogers and into the net for the only goal of the game. A run up the left side here by FC Force. And from the goal line, it's played in front, but steered away nicely by Boilers FC Gold, Mason Nolan. But we will have another corner kick. And again, it will come from Rene Altamirano it is going to be instead Tyler Hinton coming to the corner, the center midfielder, to make the corner kick. But Altamirano, the one that put it in front to force the corner. Here's the right-footed kick, far post, a chance, an opportunity, And it is laid upon inside by the Boilers' Calvin Waters. Wow, what a play. Now a nice counterattack into the front. Racing over to the far side, 1-on-2 for Boilers FC is Mason Nolan. Nolan is turned away, but a quick counter off that corner kick opportunity. And Boilers finding a way to put pressure on the FC Force even after their corner kick. Seemed like a really good opportunity inside. A ball that actually ended up being played right to the middle. It looked like it was far post when it came off the foot, but played right to the middle, and Rogers was there to secure it. Boilers FC with the ball in their possession and a 1-0 advantage here in the first half. Some jostling for the ball, and Boilers FC will have a chance here. In the middle, it's scooted on the ground and cleared out by Nigel Collins-Jackson. Finding it out to Altamirano, who plays it across midfield. Here's Richter in the middle. Richter going left, down for Jimenez, and he is turned away. Be a throw-in for FC Force after another nice opportunity, and the ball goes rolling far away. First half here in Tulsa. In the 19th minute, about midway through this first half, a 1-0 advantage for Boilers FC Gold, a team out of Indiana, out of Lafayette, Indiana. Lafayette itself about 70,000, the metro area about 200,000. Throw in to the top of the 18, but it is headed out to the near side, and once again a throw in coming for FC Force. See how quick this attack is by Jordan Claiborne. Strong throw to the middle. It's played back behind him by Richter. Richter found it in his feet and tried to back foot it into the goal, but it gets deflected away and out of play. The Boilers FC will have it back, but another good opportunity for FC Force, down by 1 goal here in the first half. A well-played first half. Boilers FC has the lone mark on the scoreboard. The Mo Ayad goal at about the 7-minute mark. Substitution again for Boilers FC. This will be their 4th substitution of the game as Zane Albers, the 5'9" midfielder, comes out of the contest, and it will be Nate Mondero in for the first time, 5'6", 140-pound midfielder. Boilers FC on the attack right side. A very physical defender for FSC. Kobe Dorsey is able to play it up the sideline. Dorsey to Collins-Jackson, a little bit mishit, but it is played through traffic, and a foul is called. A little bit of talking after the play, but the foul will be called on the white of FSC Force, and whatever attack was about to happen will be turned away. Boilers FC Gold up 1-0. Strong kick up the middle of the field with the wind behind him. It's played on the left side by Mondero, who just came in. He loses it. Still volleyed around and finally found backside of midfield by FC Force. Ball played away by the Boilers, and a possible chance here, 2-on-2. It's scooted along the right side of the box, trying to play it back to the middle, but not able to. And FC Force forces it out here. It went off of Jordan Claiborne, it appeared, and so a corner kick coming from the right side for FC Gold. There's a kick by Nolan to the middle, a header, and the bouncer is secured inside by Thomas Rogers. Another opportunity at a nice header. And it nearly went in for the second goal of the game, but well played by Thomas Rogers. He knew right where to be and had a clean look at it, too. FC Gold not able to advance their lead. Right now, the Boilers lead it 1-0 over FSC Force. A team from Indiana, a team from North Carolina facing off here in the championship game, the national championship game of the U.S. Youth Soccer National President's Cup. It has been a great weekend of play here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Interrupted only momentarily by some passing showers once and again. Right-footed kick is taken into the belly by Boilers FC's Calvin Waters. We had Waters wearing number 36 coming in, but obviously wearing 00 on his gold jersey. You can see the force of the wind taking the ball all the way to the opponent's goal line after just a touch of a header. And so while you're standing here on the field, it doesn't feel quite like the wind has that much effect, but obviously it does. Ball played in front and cleared away. FC Gold with another quality opportunity, but FSC Force Premier doing a nice job to counter. Here's a long run up the far side. The goalkeeper comes out. It is played toward the goal, and then it is kept out and headed to the near side. Wow. A big gamble there by Calvin Waters. He thought he could go get that ball. It nearly ended up in a goal. Here's a counterattack by Mason Nolan on the right side. Nolan is knocked down. Falls down in between two defenders. What's the call? No call? We'll just go back to FC Force. FC Force allowed to play a little bit physically there to try to stop the advance of Mason Nolan, who was in a 1-on-2 position anyway. Substitution coming for FC Force, or rather for FC Gold, I should say. Boilers will send in Jason Miller. Miller, 5'8", 127-pound, right mid. He'll replace Mo Ayad. So it looks like he may go up to play the forward spot, and Ayad will come out of the game. He was the one that had the goal in this contest in the 7th minute. That's the difference right now. On the right side, Mason Nolan trying to make a difference. Nolan grabs it back on the give and go. He's in the middle, touches it to his left foot, sends it across, and a diving stop is made by Thomas Rogers for FC Force. Really nice individual play made by Mason Nolan to set himself up. And angled for the right spot, maybe with a little more elevation. That is a goal and a 2-0 lead. But Thomas Rogers is able to lay out and stab it. 1-0 is still the lead for Boilers FC Gold here in the first half. Ball played into the front by FC Force, who will have the wind advantage in the second half. The wind coming out of the south and blowing left to right across your screen. Perhaps another opportunity for Boilers FC Gold. It's played to the right side to Kubi Hall. Hall back to the middle where it's a bad first touch, and FC Force will steal it back. Middle of the circle. Perhaps an attack by the Force. Lead pass with the left foot. Played way outside the near post, and Calvin Waters comes out to scoop it up. Walters has been perfect so far, at least on the scoreboard. Took a chance a few minutes ago that could have resulted in a goal. The wind giving Boilers FC a little bit of an advantage here in the first half, and FSC Force looking forward to having that advantage in the second half. So Force has to play it on the ground a little bit more this half, I think. The ball headed by Richter. He nearly had a goal on a header earlier, but it just went up top thanks to a Calvin Waters save with the right hand. Boilers take it back and move it ahead. In the middle of the field for Boilers FC, Kubi Hall looking for someone. Now on the far side, trying to race back to the ball. It's finally steered into space along the near side, and not kept in. Drew Lane tried to keep it in for Boilers FC and continue the attack, but it goes out. Here's FC Force making a substitution. Jalen Squires exchanging warm-ups with Declan Cutter. And also a substitution for Boilers FC, bringing in Saul Marquez for the first time. And that will sit down Justin Rao. There's one other player waiting to check in for Boilers FC, but he has not been able to do so as of yet. First half score, 1-0. Boilers FC, and they've had other opportunities. In fact, good chances both sides. The two teams played to a 0-0 draw the first time they got together. Playing in the 28th minute of this 40-minute half here in Tulsa. Ball goes out on the far side, back over to Boilers FC. Now a substitution will be made by Boilers FC Gold. Their head coach, Cece LCC. He says, just call me Cece. The substitutions made. Boilers bring in Zane Albers, and Hammer Madron will come out. He's coached the team since they were under 13, so this would be the 4th year he's coached them. Ball played up the near side. Perhaps another chance by Mason Nolan. He's been effective since coming in, but he is steered away. Nice play by Nigel Collins-Jackson. But the ball goes out in the corner. It appeared that Collins-Jackson had a hold of that ball, but lost it out thanks to the mark, kind of the back check, if you will, of Mason Nolan. It'll be a throw-in. Another substitution coming for Boilers FC Gold. Mo Ayed will re-enter the contest here before this play. Ayed scored off a similar situation, a throw-in from the near side. It was a little bit further up the line earlier in the contest. That's the lone goal in the game. Ball played in front and a little too strong to the far post. It's popped up into the air, a 50-50 ball out near midfield, where it's going to be Richter touching it to himself and playing it into the front space. Richter on the left side of the box, dispossessed from behind. Zane Albers, who just came back in, steers it away. First half here in Tulsa, national championship game of the under-16 tournament. That ball goes high and wide and booted out of play. "31st minute of action. Under 10 minutes left in the first half. A couple good opportunities for each side. Max Richter sent a header wide for FC Force that could have knotted the game. Boilers FC Gold has the lone goal from Mo Ayed, and other than that, a couple opportunities too, including a header inside the box that was gobbled up. A ricochet goes into the Force's side, now played up to the near sideline by Altamirano. Altamirano, an attacking winger, has it stolen away and moved up the near sideline. Altamirano trying to steal it back. He uses his body to steal it back on the tackle, and the deep crosser to the right side goes out to the right corner where it's chased by Richter and now sent back up the sideline by FC Gold. So the Force will have a chance from midfield. 1-0 lead for Boilers FC Gold. Both teams athletically in very good shape, but they are playing their 4th game in 4 days, and you never know how much that's going to play into this game as we go on. However, as we mentioned, we're still in the 8 o'clock hour, and it's relatively cool here in Tulsa, especially compared to what it is going to be as the day goes on. The sun rising over the near sideline. With every progressive minute, it gets warmer and warmer in this under-16 game. 2 more subs for FC Gold. Vladimir Madden and Hammer Madrin come back on. They were both starters in this contest. That ball pops straight up into the air, and it's headed out by FC Force. FC Force in the white, Boilers FC Gold out of Lafayette, Indiana in the black. And the Boilers have the advantage on a 7th-minute goal by Mo Ayed. Left-footed goal from inside the box, and here's Ayed touching it to the middle. Not a clean play. It's sent back over to Ayed, who pops it in the air, top of the box, headed back out, volleyed back in. A partial clear and now a full clear for FC Force. But Ayed attempts to keep it in once more. Ayed really all over the ball here, perhaps smelling his second goal of the half, and he forces FC Force into a giveaway. Here's a right-footed kick that is right on goal. Nice strike from about 23 yards out. That's Kubi Hall putting it right on goal with his 6'3", 180-pound frame, but Thomas Rogers is equal to the challenge to keep it 1-0. Boilers FC in front. Ball is kicked over the head of the defender Collins Jackson, and he starts a little bit of a rush for Altamirano. But Hammer Madrin ricochets it out of play to the near side. There's a good story in the local Lafayette paper this past week about Boilers FC Gold, about how 5 of their players were on a high school team that were very close to winning a state championship this year, but came up just short, and how this national championship is kind of a redemption, and they're this close to redeeming themselves. But you know that FC Force feels the exact same way. They're out of many different schools in the Fayetteville, North Carolina area. And all you have to do is go back and find a key loss, the place you were eliminated in the last season, to draw a little bit of motivation for a match like this. And so far, a well-played match is 1-0 in the favor of Boilers FC. A long kick goes well over. Nice run, by the way, by FC Force Caleb Cross. Cross was really trying to force the issue up the sideline. And then it was bounced out. Now played to the middle, but again, the Boilers are very strong on the back end, and it's sent back out toward midfield, and a counterattack now. A little too strong. Is it onside? We'll see. It's forced out by the aggressive play by Thomas Rogers. And up the near sideline. Dangerous, dangerous play once more. The wind knocks down that lead pass by Richter. The Boilers FC will take it back, and it's going to be interesting to see once we get into the second half of play just exactly how much the wind will help affect this game. A lot of jostling both ways, but no foul called between Collins Jackson and Madrin for Boilers FC. Richter trying to play it into a place where they can equalize. Richter stays on the attack, moves it back, and then he's turned away. Boilers FC with a late chance here. It's played in, but nobody home. Bounces right to the keeper. And he'll steer it ahead for FC Force with a 1-0 lead for the Boilers here in the first half. Our clock not absolutely official, but it is right in the 37th minute. You can be sure of that. This under-16 championship game here at the same field. This field number 8 will have the U15 game a little bit later as well. Ball headed into the front. Mason Nolan, chance on the right side again. Nolan setting up, crosses it in front. A man all alone. It's headed to the far post and just a little bit wide. Another great chance at a goal, but Boilers come up short here. 1-0 advantage for Boilers FC as this first half winds down. Couple substitutions coming. Kareem Harb will come into the game for the first time, along with Justin Rao, who is in. And a special shout-out to Kareem Harb's family. I believe they are out in Lebanon, I understand, where it's the middle of the afternoon when they're watching this match. So Kareem wanted to make sure to give a nod toward their side across the pond. 1-0 the advantage here for Harb's Boilers FC. Boilers, thanks to the wind and other factors, have had control for most of this first half, but it's not as if FC Force hasn't had opportunities. Both teams have to feel fortunate that opportunities for the other did not go in the back of the net. Hey, that's soccer. They say football is a game of inches. What about this football? Certainly can be. Boilers FC playing on this side. Trying to pressure near the end of the first half with a 1-0 lead. Now the game, two teams sensing it's coming out near the end of the half. They're starting to play toward the midfield, it appears, a little bit more, maybe getting a little bit tired. We'll have a 10-minute halftime session. Here's a play into the front for Boilers FC. Another chance on the right side. This time it is Harb. Harb handing off. And a stoppage. And the ball, no, that's a whistle from another field, excuse me. And the ball is played out near the far sideline. Perhaps the final attack for FC Force of the first half goes out as Marcos Jimenez is trying to force the issue, and FSC Force has to be very happy that they'll move toward the north side in the second half and see if they can grab some momentum similar to what the Boilers FC have done and find that equalizer. Or could they find it now? That's the question. Ball is headed out near midfield. Kicked back over the head and in. Still in the mid-third, though. 3 men back here for FSC Force, so no advancement for Boilers FC. And there's the stoppage for halftime. And at halftime, the Boilers FC Gold have a 1-0 advantage on FSC Force in this U16 championship game of the U.S. Youth Soccer National Championship. So a 1-0 advantage on the Mo Ayed goal in the 7th minute. That is the difference between these two U16 bunches. In 10 minutes, we'll have the start of the second half right here. The U.S. Youth Soccer President's Cup Under-16 National Championship game is presented by Nike, the official sponsor of U.S. Youth Soccer. Also, Bubba Burger. Thank you as well to Kohl's, Mango.org, MLS, Nesquik, and Coaching Clinic. Toyota, let's go places. Wilson Trophy Company. NSCAA. Liberty Mutual Insurance. And Torbu Sports Group. And USA Soccer. We'll be back for the start of the second half in moments. Welcome back into Tulsa for the second half of the U.S. Youth Soccer National President's Cup U16 Championship game. The Boilers FC Gold out of Lafayette, Indiana, have a 1-0 advantage on FC Forest Premier from Fayetteville, North Carolina. After a 40-minute half of play, we have a second 40-minute half lined up right now. The first matchup between the two teams in group play resulted in a 0-0 draw. So already the Boilers putting a little bit of pressure on FC Forest, who had not yet given up a goal during this tournament. In the second half, FC Forest will be moving left to right, and the wind starts to pick up, as will happen very frequently here in Oklahoma as the sun rises, as the heating commences. Sometimes that south breeze can just be unbearable, and so FC Forest may have even more of an advantage in the second half than the Boilers did while moving toward the north side or the right side of the field. So FC Forest in white moving left to right, and the Boilers in black trying to advance right to left in the second half while also trying to protect a 1-0 advantage. Good scoring opportunities for both teams in the first half, but the only one to find net was the Boilers FC's Mo Ayad in the first half. He had a goal in the 7th minute. An early chance here is partially cleared and now cleared out to the corner. So FC Force with a nice ball from the corner, but really nobody home for FC Force on that particular play. Fayetteville Soccer Club Force out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Head coach is John Callahan. He was really talking about marking the offensive players for Boilers FC in the second half. Mo Ayad needs to be marked harder, along with Mason Nolan as well. It seemed like Nolan created several chances in the first half for Boilers. And speaking of chances, here's one for the Force. On the left side, Altamirano trying to play it to the middle, and it is slid out of play by a nice play by the Boilers, but still it will be a corner kick as it goes over the goal line. Holding his left eye, one of the defenders for Boilers FC, who had to come in there to help. Let's see if FSC Force can even the game here on a corner from the far side. Ball popped to the near post and right into the waiting arms of the goalkeeper for Boilers FC, Calvin Waters, who had an unscathed first half. At 6'3", he brings that one in. And not nearly as hard of a punt as he had from goal in the first half, just simply because of the wind. And you can already see the wind playing a factor in this second half. The Boilers will be under the gun as far as that goes. A foul going on FC Force to give a free kick back to the Boilers here. Managers for the Boilers include Carrie Mondero, and I have to give her a big shout-out because she helped me out with some great information. As the ball is played into the attacking third for the Boilers. Mo Ayad, who has the goal, is marked by 2, and now he tries to steer it forward, tried to split defenders, but it's turned away. And FC Force goes back the other way up the left sideline. This is Declan Cutter. Cutter still on the attack, plays the ball out in front of him, down to the goal line. Cutter coming in from the left side, and it looked like he got too far down across the goal line. A nice run there by Cutter, really trying to create some momentum for the side of FC Force, but just not able to steer it in front quite fast enough. The wind will knock this one down before it even reaches midfield. And another chance for FC Force. Once again, Altamirano, this time in the middle, tries to play it left. Now steered away by Boilers FC. A nice battle for the ball there in the midfield. Goes to the far side, and FC Force will have a chance to keep it in. It's talking about the Boilers FC managers, Carrie Mondero. Thank you so much for all the information. Lisa Lane, they've both been with the team 2 years. Also, Mary Beth Miller is here with Boilers FC Gold during this tournament. Up the far sideline, FC Force trying to make it into the front, but losing it out. For the most part, the Boilers defense has been steady, but they will be attacked early and often here in the second half, up 1-0. Both teams have the capability to attack. That is obvious. Maybe some more straight line speed from FC Force. And now a nice ball played ahead, but marked by 2 defenders on the other side is the Boilers' Kubi Hall. Hall's 6'3". He's one of the 15-year-olds on this FC Gold team, but certainly looks the part. No doubt that he can play at this U16 level. We will have a U15 championship game coming up between a team from New Jersey and the defending champions from Nevada. That's coming up at about 11 o'clock, so invite you to retune in for that. 11 o'clock Central Time here in Tulsa as we play at Mohawk Fields. That ball is free at the moment with no foul called. Trying to keep it in all by himself on the far sideline. Tyler Hinton for FC Force, but it goes to touch. Now the players kind of come together. You know, nothing big as far as an altercation there, but at the same time, officials having to get involved, talk to the opponents, make certain that nothing happens that is extracurricular here. At the same time, Tyler Hinton looked a little bit worse for wear after that contact near the touchline. Hinton will get a free kick, and it's played in front and taken in there by Calvin Waters. Waters will try to send it ahead very quickly. This time, this punt goes into nearly the attacking third, but again, 2 defenders back for FC Force to Mark Kuby Hall. FC Force starts on the attack again with the wind at their back here in the second half, down 1-0. Ball played to the middle. And again, Boilers send it away. The man with the goal in this game, Mo Ayed, has it dispossessed. But then it's lost out of bounds by FC Force. A lead pass a little too long there. Up the near sideline for Eddie Dickerson, who was kind of waiting for it, and it ended up going beyond him. 1-0 advantage for FC Gold over the FSC Force here in the second half. In the 46th minute, 6 minutes into the second half. Back behind the play, there is a stoppage here. As the ball goes out of play. And if that was played by the Boilers, we're looking at now it's just going to be a free kick from just outside the top right of the 18. So another opportunity on a set play here for FC Force, and we'll see what they come up with. As FC Force continues to get opportunities in the second half to net that equalizer. Just haven't been able to find the back of the net yet, excuse me. 2 players could take it. Altamirano with the left foot or Tyler Hinton with the right. Hinton appears to be staring at the ball. Hinton plays it across to well outside the far post and is chased over to the far side by Calvin Waters, who was the first to reach that one. And with the wind behind him there, that crosser by Hinton just had a little bit too much on it. I think he wanted it to steer off the goal line, but it moved toward the goal line and also well outside the far post. Another foul on Boilers FC Gold and another opportunity for FSC Force with the dead ball. So they've played on this side of the field for most of the second half. And if Boilers has to sustain this type of pressure the entire second half, it is going to be tough for them to hold on to this 1-0 lead. Although here's a counterattack. The ball played ahead, but sound defensively is FSC Force. The ball is played to the near side and out, though. So a chance across midfield for Boilers here. Boilers will bring in a substitution. It's going to be Justin Rao in for the 3rd time in this game. He's been in and out several times. Rao comes in, and he'll replace Jason Miller at a right midfielder spot. The opportunities in the second half, few and far between for the Boilers. And for the moment, this one controlled by FSC Force, and it is once more. FSC Force with the most touches on the ball in this half, no doubt. Ball is chipped into the right side. Playing it across and just a little bit wide, thanks to the keeper, Calvin Waters, was Caleb Cross. Cross ended up right of the box with a chance. But Calvin Waters, obviously a really aggressive keeper, always going after the ball. And that time, cutting down the angle, it would have been really tough for Cross to slide that underneath and then still marching in from the right side with a bad angle, slip it in. Calvin Waters playing the percentages and coming out on the top side for Boilers FC Gold. Ball played right near midfield. First touch won initially by the Boilers, and no foul on that exchange. No sustained pressure for Boilers FC here in the second half, moving into the win. FSC Force with the opportunity. Ball's played back out to the top. Marching to the middle for FSC Force was Rene Altamirano. And then a stoppage is called. As Altamirano ends up on the pitch about 45 yards out thanks to an exchange. Will be another free kick opportunity for FC Force. Boilers FC and their head coach, El Sisi, mentioned that their team has not been great off set pieces this year. A couple step-overs and now a ball that is booted well high and away. Two players ran over the ball, and then coming in from behind for FSC Force was Marcos Jimenez to try to strike one in, but he got far too underneath that ball, sent it straight over the goal. And it'll go back to Boilers FC Gold. But lots of goal kicks, lots of punts for Boilers keeper Calvin Waters here in the second half. You can see how the pressure has really mounted against the Boilers. This one won't even make midfield. It is now sent across midfield by the Boilers. And in between a couple players, maybe a chance here for the Boilers, Mason Nolan, who had a good first half. From the left side, Nolan still moving in, trying to stay on the attack. And finally, the ball just rolls to the Force keeper, Thomas Rogers. But Nolan and the Boilers' best chance of the second half. Nolan has really been an offensive force in this game. Stays on the Boilers' side. Another opportunity, this time Nolan in the middle. He's trying to draw a foul. Did he? I am standing behind an obstruction. I was not able to see any of the referees. So while there is a stoppage, yes, there will be a yellow card issued here against FSC Force defender Will Osman. Now this penalty comes just outside the box. If that was a few yards further, you'd see a penalty kick in this situation, but here it will just be a free kick opportunity for Boilers FC. Justin Rao is closest to the ball right now as FSC Force sets up a line in front of Thomas Rogers, who tries to direct traffic and cut down the angles. 10 yards of space. Is Rao going to take this one? Yes, he will. Pops it to the right side and well out of play. Similar to what happened on the other side for FC Force with their free kick a moment ago. Just too much put on that ball there, as Rao may have tried to compensate for the wind a little too much. A couple Boilers ready to make a substitution. Toby Wagner ready to come in along with Mo Ayed. They'll replace Saul Marquez and Drew Lane. Here still early in the second half, and Boilers FC on top 1-0. The goal came in the 7th minute from Mo Ayed. Boilers in front, trying to stay that way, but FSC Force has been on the attack the entire second half, and this possession no different. Ball played to the right side to Caleb Cross. Cross in the right corner, sends it to the near post. It's off the top of the crossbar and over, as the wind pushed that one just a little bit too far. It looked as though Calvin Waters was in good position anyway, and he just made sure that that ball played out instead of curling in front. So the wind giveth, the wind taketh away there. The wind certainly helping FSC Force in that situation, but pressed against the goal line, or at least over in the corner. Cross couldn't keep it from going out of bounds. Both of these teams undefeated through President's Cup play. They have not tasted defeat, but one will today. Through state play, through regional play, and all the way through nationals, undefeated, and now another foul coming just outside the box. This one will go on Boilers FC. And a free kick to be taken from about 25 out. Maybe a touch more than that. Yeah. They'll put it back a little bit further. Very similar situation to a few moments ago where FSC Force sent one a little too far. Here's a quick kick, and that one just goes over the goal. That time, instead of stepping over a couple times, the Force had 2 dekes the last time and then sent one over the goal. This time just popped up toward the goal to try to surprise everyone as soon as the ball was ready for play, and it ended up going over the goal. Boilers FC up 1-0 here in the second half. Scheduled 80 minutes of regulation as Boilers FC makes a substitution. Coming back in, Jason Miller. Looks like Nathan Rao will take a seat. Ball goes straight up into the air, headed back into the attacking third. Now back out near midfield by Boilers. Finally reaches the midfield line before it's played back and forth and out once more in the possession of FC Force into touch on the far side. Ball out once more to the far side, and now in an opportunity for the Force to attack. From the left side, a quick attack, and Jimenez sends one wide, just could not control it down near the goal line. And marked by 2 players on the left side of the box. He's not able to send it in. Yet another goal kick. This one comes up short. See if the Boilers can create a sustained attack going into the wind as the ball is headed by the defender back the other way. And you would think the defenders, with the wind at their back, can play a little bit more aggressively here in the second half, knowing they almost have that extra defender back there in the 15-mile-an-hour wind coming out of the south. Some beautiful work by the Boilers' Zane Albers to keep it in on the near side and eventually set up the sideline. Oh, it's going to be out and Boilers ball. A stoppage as FC Force, in fact, both teams making a substitution. For Boilers, it's Nate Mondero coming back into the contest, replacing Albers. And into the match for FC Force comes Willie Banks, a defender into the game for Eddie Dickerson, as Caleb Van Hoosier makes the throw in for Boilers FC. But the ball is kind of awkwardly forced in near the box and finally slide kicked out near midfield. Nice job by the keeper, Thomas Rogers, to aggressively come after that one with the right foot. And it was an advance all the way out to midfield to quell the possession. Now for the Boilers on the deep right side, it's Kubi Hall. He's had a nice game. Plays it up the far sideline where it's dispossessed, and now still with pressure on the ball, Jason Miller for Boilers, but he can't win it. Ball popped to the middle, out near midfield, knocked down into the FC Force defensive half. Now they'll move to the attacking side, a giveaway. Up the left side, trying to keep it in, but it's popped out of play by FC Force, and the Boilers will keep it once more with a 1-0 advantage. First 7 minutes is when the only goal of this championship match came from Mo Ayad. Since then, no scoring despite chances. We're in the 59th minute of play, scheduled for 80 minutes, so about midway through this second half. Boilers FC would be just fine with hanging on to this 1-0 lead and winning a national championship today. It seems like FSC Force has had the opportunity. There are 2 balls on the field right now. See if they have to stop play. Mo Ayad, the goal scorer, is on the left side. He slides the ball to the deep right. It looks like a ball from just the field just off to our south, came right to the near side of the goal mouth And that was confusing for just a moment, but they let play go until Ayed had popped it out of play. They may have stopped it if it became an issue. Can you imagine if, that ball ran right into the area where they were trying to play? Exact same ball. Ball is popped into the middle, but again, coming on and leaning to make the catch, Walters has been perfect in the keeper spot so far. Punting it away. 50-50 ball. And it goes over the head of the defender. It's headed into the attacking third. Finally controlled to the far side by Kobe Dorsey, the 6'4" center back for FSC Force. And a stoppage. There's a man down for the Force. And on his back is Will Osman, the other center back, on his seat, attended to by a couple of his players. Looks like there will be a substitution. So apparently Osman will not be able to go. The Boilers have been much more liberal in their substitutions today. They have a slightly bigger bench. It is not dramatically bigger. 5 players make it 6 in reserve. For the Boilers, it appears that they have 7 on their side, but Boilers FC has substituted much more. For FSC Force, Jordan Claiborne comes back into the contest. He replaces Will Osman, who limps out of the game. We'll see if he's able to return later. 1-0 advantage for Boilers FC Gold. This is the U16 National President's Cup Championship game. Thanks to U.S. Youth Soccer for having us out in Tulsa this year. Just a beautiful facility. Around a dozen fields in this facility just on the north side of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Perfect place to host this national championship. After a long stoppage, thanks to the injury, we're ready to go again more than midway through the second half, with the Boilers leading FSC Force by a 1-0 score. Force on the attack, but it's played to a Boilers player who's able to bang it back out. Right back to Tyler Hinton, who tries to attack it in. Jimenez in the middle. Marcos Jimenez takes it to his right foot, tries to go left side post, and it is just outside the post on a diving stop by Calvin Walters, who continues to be very good for the Boilers. That was a nice play by Marcos Jimenez, who just needed a little bit of space to put it on his right foot and try to slide it back inside the left post, and he was oh so close to doing so and scoring the equalizer in this contest. Now, it will still result in a corner kick. Here it comes from the left side, and it is batted out. Still a secondary chance on the right side is off the body of FC Gold players and out of play. So FSC Force will have another opportunity as Wes Britt found it on the backside. Tried kind of a secondary attack that was thwarted. Here's the ball from the left side. This time it's partially cleared, now fully cleared outside the box. Move to the middle, and a possible run out. No, it is one to the far sideline, trying to keep it in and sliding near the patrons on the far side for the FC Force was Declan Cutter. That was a wild opportunity at the ball, but wasn't able to catch up with it. So once again, the Boilers are able to withstand pressure and turn away chance after chance by the Force here in the second half. Now here for the Boilers on the left side. Playing it across, it's on the ground and nobody is home. For the Boilers, that was Caleb Van Hoosier with the good run with the ball in his legs and controlled it nicely across the mouth of the goal, but there was just nobody there for Boilers FC Gold. Now a counterattack quickly for FSC Force. Here's Jimenez once more. Marcos Jimenez out to the right corner, marked very closely. Jimenez has it forced out to the sideline. Very close to the corner, very close to the goal line, but it is out off to the side. It'll be a throw-in, and their strongest thrower for FSC Force comes down from the defender side, Jordan Claiborne, to take this one. Ash McKenzie, a midfielder, comes in for the first time for Wes Britt. Don't believe we saw Ash in the first half. If we did, it was for a very short period of time. Welcome Ash McKenzie to the show. Strength this year for FSC Force, athleticism, fitness. They're attack-minded. Sometimes they forget to defend, though, says head coach John Callahan. It is a long throw-in from the corner. It went right out in front, but again, it pushes toward the goal line and hits off the top of the netting back behind the crossbar, and so yet another chance for FSC Force does not go in the net. And as the minutes count down, it starts to become more and more imperative that FSC Force puts one of these chances in the net to try to at least equalize this game. Perhaps forces to the overtime. It would be 2 10-minute overtime periods. And if no winner is declared at the end of those 2 overtime periods, then we would go to penalties. Yet another goal kick by the Boilers keeper, Calvin Waters. Goes out near midfield. Popped into the air, and this will be the ball of the Boilers FC Gold. Boilers FC Club President Rodney Tucker is here for the tournament. So a long travel from Indiana down here to Tulsa. I wonder if there are any direct flights from Indianapolis to Tulsa. Maybe the occasional one. You might have to go through OKC, though. Of course, Lafayette is the home of Purdue, so Boilers is a nod to the Boilermakers. A long play from midfield right in on goal, and that'll give the Boilers a little bit more of a chance to breathe a sigh of relief as it's punted back across midfield. Knocked down by the Force. Across midfield. It's played to the right side. And still on the ball is Ash McKenzie, but he has it forced out. The Boilers will set up defensively, while McKenzie has to go after the ball all the way to the adjacent field where one of the girls' championships is being held right behind us. But this is the U16 boys' championship game here on field number 8 at Tulsa's beautiful Mohawk Fields. Quick drink of water for a couple of the players during the stoppage, including Renee Altamirano for FC Force. Here's a long throw in toward the mouth of the goal. It's headed out once, now fully cleared, but volleyed back in. Now here's a big clear out to midfield. And winning the ball for the Boilers on the left side, Van Hoosier, who's knocked down, or rather than Van Hoosier, excuse me, it's Kubi Hall, knocked down on the play, and a free kick will be awarded to Boilers FC Gold. The way the Boilers has played defensively, a 2-goal lead would be very tough to overcome. Now Van Hoosier will take this free kick with the left foot, plays it to the middle, and not a very good ball. It's forced out by FSC Force. And I apologize for any time today where I called FSC Force FC Force. You got an FC on the other side, of course, a very common abbreviation for football club. Very common to soccer all over the world. And you've got FSC Force, which stands for Fayetteville Soccer Club, Fayetteville, North Carolina, on the other side. So my apologies. I want to get your name right every single time, but sometimes it doesn't happen. Boilers trying to make a run. On the right side, it is booted across and just a little bit wide. And it will be FSC Force ball, but Boilers head coach CCLCC saying, come up, attack, see if you can do something with this opportunity. Another stoppage. Evidently they were not ready for that throw-in from Ash McKenzie of the FSC Force. John Callahan, the head coach of the FSC Force, 20 years experience, 8 in the high school realm, and of course here in the club realm, many years of experience as well. This team with an 11-0-3 mark in the President's Cup postseason, playing a Boilers FC squad that is 11-0-1 in the postseason. So the Boilers, after their 12th win, same story for the FSC Force. 1-0 advantage for the Boilers. Again, the lone goal came from Mo Ayed for the Boilers. About 10 minutes left in this one. 70th minute. And the Boilers trying to protect this 1-0 lead as Ayed sent one in the first half. Seems that exhaustion is becoming a factor between these two athletic teams who really have been running at each other all game. And play has slowed down dramatically here. And you know, on the part of the Boilers, with a hard time at 80 minutes, less than 10 minutes away, you know, they want to eke out a little bit more time every now and again. The ball's out of play once more. And this time back over to FSC Force. You have to wonder how many more chances, and good chances, does FSC Force have? That ball a little bit misplayed, but there's nobody on the backside. And for Boilers FC, Calvin Waters, steady in goal today. Really a guy that obviously takes his job seriously and takes his job aggressively, goes back to get the ball. Wynn knocks down that one across midfield. Plenty of players back for FSC Force, and a foul, and FSC Force will take it back. Still, good defense on the backside by the Boilers. This is Vladimir Madden trying to play it ahead. A foul this time will go on FSC Force Premier. Two players right on the backside of one of the Boilers' best players, Kubi Hall, who was knocked down right at midfield. One nothing advantage for Boilers FC Gold in this U16 championship match. Not much of an opportunity there for Boilers as the ball goes out. Boilers will have it back, last touched by FSC Force. Mentioned earlier that the FSC Force out of North Carolina had to go all the way to College Station, Texas to win their Region 3 championship. Sure, they would have rather been sent up to Maryland in Region 1, but that's not where they are in the grand scheme of things. But they did really dominate there in Texas and earn their trip to Tulsa, where they played incredibly well. Meanwhile, for the team from Indiana, the Boilers, they just had to stay right in Indiana for their Region 2 tournament, which they won all 4 games and won them by a combined score of 19-2. Possible chance here, but turned away once more for the FC Force's Max Richter. All kinds of pressure by Boilers FC. Forcing the play all the way back near midfield. Now in the middle, it's Tyler Hinton, cleared back out. Hinton once more, down to the top of the box, and Jimenez is knocked down, tripped. This is outside of the box, and going to be looking at a free kick here. As on the tackle, the feet got entangled. Officials bringing the players together. Jimenez was knocked down, it appeared, by Hammer Madron. Just the feet got entangled, trying to go for the ball. And the tripping call there will result in a free kick opportunity from about 30 yards out. Another free kick from straight on. FSC Force trying to find a way to knot this game. And here's the play. It is, just over the top, aiming for the top right corner, Altamirano, and he just comes up short, or a little bit long as it were, but just by a matter of feet, missing on that one, putting it in a nearly perfect spot here in the 75th minute. Just over 5 minutes remaining in this national championship affair. And Boilers FC Gold, their goal in the 7-minute mark is holding up, the one from Mo Ayed. Meanwhile, for Boilers FC, it's Kareem Harb coming back in. Again, another shout out to his family out of the country. Harb at midfield has it knocked away. Played into the air, and a lot of holding on the jersey down in front of the goal, but eventually the ball is corralled by Calvin Walters. Boilers FC Gold up 1-0 with 5 minutes left. Ball played by Harb to the right side. A good ball and a little bit of a chance here for Boilers. Played back up top. Boilers, when you get in this point of the game, yes, there is some attacking, but mostly you are trying to figure out a way to keep the opponent off the scoreboard. The keeper still in net for FSC Force. The Boilers up 1-0. Little play to the right side, volleyed back out, and now a couple Boilers players run right into each other, and Mo Ayad really wanted that ball. Now a counterattack, Altamirano on the left side with speed, plays it in front. It's batted back out to the far sideline, near the sideline, but Altamirano keeps it in on the goal line, and it's slid out of bounds, blocked out of bounds on a slide tackle opportunity, and we will have another corner kick chance here for FC Force as this game starts to wind down, but still just a one-goal game. In the 77th minute, a chance for the Force. It's headed into the air and finally won by the keeper. Calvin Walters had a long time to look at that one, measure it, and at 6'3", high-pointing that ball as much as he could to bring it down. And Walters sends it back to the other end with Boilers up 1-0. Boilers trying to kill time, looking for a national championship in the U16 division. Ball played to the far side. And a chance as the ball goes up and over the head of a Boilers player and out right in front of their own bench. FSC Force in white and the Boilers FC Gold in black. Boilers FC with a 1-0 advantage late in this contest. Ball's played in up the near sideline. Tapped into the air. Tapped again. Almost every Boilers player on this side of the midfield stripe. And a long clearing kick put back into the other end by the Boilers. Now FSC Force really looking to attack here. Long ball, and looking for a call inside was Boilers defender, or rather FSC Force defender, Nigel Collins-Jackson, but he won't get one. He fell down right near the top of the box, just outside the box, jostling with the defender. As we play in the 79th minute, less than 2 minutes left by our unofficial clock, which is very, very close to dead on. So you know that time is winding down on FSC Force with Boilers up 1-0. And up the far sideline, ball still being played, and finally coming out with it for the FSC Force is Thomas Rogers as he came out of goal to cut down that angle. Under 2 minutes to play. Force with another chance, and they need it down by 1. The ball is loose out front. Jimenez with a right-footed shot, and it just goes wide. That's exactly who they wanted to take that shot. Marcos Jimenez. He's had a couple great opportunities in this game. 1 cent left. That one sent just wide to the right. Now it is going to be a corner kick. It is played in front. Ball still loose. A header. It's still loose. It's still loose. And it's a goal. It's a goal for the FC Force. But a stoppage. They're going to wipe it off? And it will be wiped off. No goal. Wow. It looked like the FSC Force had just tied the game. No goal. And there's some confusion out there as well as to exactly why it is not a goal in this situation. But it is not as the time winds down in this contest. And with just a few ticks left and the Boilers still up 1-0, it looked like the Force had tied it, but no goal. Very close to the end of time. Oilers FC will have the ball here just shy of midfield. Trying to pound it in deep. Long shot. Right in near goal. But saved nicely by the Force, Thomas Rogers. Maybe a final rush for Force Premier. Knocked back into neutral area. Now a run up the left side. Jason Miller. Miller trying to kill time in the left corner with his team up 1-0. Miller turning on the right foot, trying to keep it in. It's played out of play. FSC Force wants the ball, but it appeared that they were the last to touch it. It will be a throw-in from the corner. Tensions are mounting here with a near goal a few moments ago for FSC Force. As the ball is brought out near midfield, and one of the final rushes of this game for the Force is coming up. Not able to see the official clock. By our count, it was over 80 minutes, but obviously we were a little bit off. Couple more minutes. I heard them say about a minute ago. So just moments left in the season for these two teams, perhaps, and the FSC Force trying to do something. There's a yellow card thrown. And the FSC Force trying to do something to even this game. They thought they had off a corner kick that came loose a few moments ago, but the goal was disallowed from right at midfield. A long left-footed kick. The ball is loose. It's still loose and finally cleared to the near side. Oh, FSC Force, they've had so many opportunities. Opportunity after opportunity. A long throw in from the Force. It goes in front. Yet another chance. It's cleared. Back out top to Jordan Claiborne. But now it's won over midfield and advancing out to midfield, the keeper, to try to keep play alive for the Force here in a desperation situation down 1-0. He's forced to play it and give it left side as time runs down on the Force. 1-0, the Boilers lead. The ball goes out and it's over to the Boilers here. Two teams wondering exactly how much time is left in this contest. A scheduled 80-minute game, 2 40-minute halves. There's been no sound to the end of this game quite yet. Boilers finally play it in with a 1-0 lead. Out in the right corner, trying to control. It's knocked out by the Boilers. FSC Force with the ball. Off the throw-in, it's forced back into the other end. Still trying to put pressure on, are the Boilers up 1-0. There's the sounding, and that is it. The Boilers have won 1-0. They are national champions in the under-16 division, taking down FSC Force 1-0. The winning goal by Mo Ayad, the 5'7" will be senior, but only 16 years old. In the 7th minute of this contest, FSC Force had many chances, especially in the second half, with the wind to try to gain the equalizer. And the last opportunity they had off the corner kick, a ball that found the net, was disallowed, and a great championship game goes the way of the Boilers, 1-0. You would not expect anything else than great defense, great keeping between these two teams. That's been their mantra all through postseason play. And today, it's the Boilers coming out with the national championship by a 1-0 score. That'll do it from the Under-16 National Championship game. Congratulations to both teams on marvelous seasons, and to the Boilers FC Gold, national champions, with a 1-0 win over FSC Force Premier. We'll be back for the Under-15 National Championship game at 11 o'clock. Until then, so long from Tulsa.